No, they're just recycling Danish players at the moment, to be honest. We had Kier most recently, who was on the old Astralis talent. Altex was played on this team. I think Altex leaving was confusing because I think Altex is such a good player, but it just wasn't working out for them, to be honest. But having Patty and Becky, I think is fine. I think Becky brings a lot of raw potential. Patty brings more of the experience. Let's get into this then. Liquid immediately starting on the CT side. Of course, Sashi's map pick. There's a lot of utility here, and they're going quite quick towards ramp.
Coming to utility, it's almost going to be that fast A play, but two players close to Squeaky see nothing. And it's a double ramp setup too, so Liquid are kind of covering both potential avenues. Nice tap from Ultimate, and the duel is from Naf. We'll get one as well. Ultimate just sitting back calmly as Shui will rotate over. Ramp play shut down immediately. Two remaining Ts try and force their way back in. That smoke, it's a little skewy. Ultimate will get flushed out by Cabby. And Shui, that is a little bit insane that he's just hit that through the smoke. Lucky has found two. Puts it into the one-on-one. Gushed. But Nertz has all the information.
I really like this reposition out of Nertz, because if Lucky comes up heaven, he's never clearing this corner, and Nertz can just wait for the audio. And Lucky's now just assuming that Nertz would have rotated down in towards B, or there's going to be this lobby push. In fact, it's neither. So Nertz has got the element of surprise. It all depends on where Lucky decides to go. If it's through hut, if it's through door. But you imagine Nertz has got the jump on him.
Should flick over. Should see him and hit the flick, and 1 HP. Lucky is.
You can go vent now.
Yeah, I think you do. He's just going to crawl, see if he's being spotted, and then you just go plant that bomb. You know your chances of winning the round are extremely limited. Just planting right next to the door means there's definitely no way to get out, although door shuts in his face. If he hits the instant headshot, that's the way in, but Nertz doesn't give him a chance. Barely even saw him on the screen. So Liquid will get the pistol, and it started so well for them. Well done for Lucky to bringing that back into the 1v1 and getting the bomb plant, making it very expensive and enticing that second round force.
Yeah, good work from Sashi. To be fair, from that situation that you're in, especially after the ramp play initially is terrible because Ultimate and Naf are able to get 3 kills immediately. To put that into a 1v1, if you're lucky to be able to plant the bomb, as you say, it is such good value for money. And now, look, he can get an AK. We can get Galils on some of these players. That's the power of planting the bomb so early. Team Liquid, as a response to this, they've invested quite heavily into the M4s. We've got 3 MP9s as well. But isn't it funny how the buy is actually pretty similar? Liquid's is better, but only just.
Yeah, utility, the major difference between the two teams. So for Sashi, they're not going to be able to fake around with their util. It's going to be a straight cross outside. And Liquid, because they went for these M4s and the outside players don't have the HEs to break, they've got no way to disrupt this. They don't have the information on the cross. Imagine they're fully aware of it, but how's that rotation?
Where's the rotate then?
Yeah, is anyone going
where
down?
Is it? You've spammed enough to the point where there needs to be a reaction. Ultimate and Nertz are now just together over at Hell. There has to be a rotate here at some point. Maybe it's going to come through Ultimate because we've got this boost up over towards ramp. It's going to be too little too late. It has to be this after plan from Sashi. Ultimate will get down, but I doubt it's going to be in time. And he's the only one here. He's going to get sidelined potentially. Takes out the swing. Is able to find Cabby. Can he get the second? No, he can't. So suddenly the bomb site is completely open. Here come the reinforcements for Liquid. And Nertz is strong on the MP9.
Well done from Becky to remove Twistzz though. That's given a good chance here. Bomb needs to go down. That's the tricky bit because the player at door, 2 players at the ramp. Maybe they go back up. Shuei's trying to watch for this cross. Does Patty want to swing on him? Shuei's aware of the possibility. Yeah, up the ladder. So they're going to actually be able to find this bomb plant. Becky just lurks around, and this slowdown, this non-commit, has given Sashi room to get the bomb down and the player advantage. Naf is in the heavens, but Nertz getting up this vent is going to be incredibly tricky. Needs Naf to play first. So I take a peek over. No one's on the side itself. It's this double setup in towards Hut. Siphon's on a late flank, I think perhaps through heaven, but the hold our breath on that one. Tap on the bomb. Our swing's got to come. Here comes Nertz, up the vent, finds that timing, doesn't find the kill though, and it's all onto Naf. Time ticking away, 5-second mark, and he's just not got the chance. That flank does come through. So Sashi will convert the force.
I thought for one moment there they were going to do too much. Because I thought Patty was getting ready to swing on Shuey over by single door. Instead, he just leaves him. And then he makes noise on the ladder. It's the deliberate audio cue to bait Shuey in, to grab that kill with the MAC-10. That's the nice little disguise element of it. And of course, as you've rotated down, if you're Team Liquid, you're seeing all these players outpour on the bomb site. Sashi is also just relaying that information. And Sashi are one of the best nuke teams in Tier 2 because of this ability. We've already seen it in the second round. To immediately adapt, to change things on an instant timing. It works out brilliantly for them. And suddenly for Liquid, you've got Ultimate, the MVP in the pistol. Now with the MVP weapon on the scout, and the 5.7s are about to get really close. Potentially going to take contact onto Lucky's MAC-10.
Yeah, what is Sashi waiting for here?
A response, pretty much like this, right? With Naf and Twistzz potentially about to go around the corner. They're slowing things down. They're expecting a reaction because the force buy is in. But currently nothing's being given over. Shuey has got a lot of responsibility here with Nertz over towards A, but at the same time, Nertz is also looking for outside. This is so difficult.
Here comes that push. Lucky definitely hurt on that drop. They want to remove him first, but the swing comes out. Cabby's holding for it. Then Lucky comes around the corner. Ultimate will get his tag off. Shuey's spotted in the heavens. And the force buy, boom, gone. Dealt with ease. It's Nightmare start for Team Liquid. They have to go for the eco. Concede 3 to Sashi.
Really enjoying the pace of Sashi again here, because for a moment it looks like Liquid are always going to catch them on the timing, but it's just the presence of mind. Just throughout all 3 of these rounds. Even though Sashi lost the pistol, the presence of mind has been there throughout for them. They really are taking their time. Whenever someone is checking the flank, there's also a player immediately ready to be a first responder, ready to trade immediately. And that's not really been required yet. But it might happen in the next coming rounds. A classic stack over towards Hell for Team Liquid. Zyphon's going to potentially feast down on all of these ecos. He sees all of them, and he immediately disengages.
Yeah, doesn't want any of that. Maybe Ultimate can get the Zeus. Will anyone walk past him? Or will he be hard cleared by a player walking Hell?
Oh, no.
It's a little
they
weird.
have no idea. Lucky's
it
here.
doesn't matter. But oh, I think he might have
No.
gone into it. Oh, well. Yeah, bait him into the Zeus. No, hits the headshot at least. Couple of USP dinks, but this will be clean. And Carly can get 10 involved. They know what's on the line. They don't want to risk anything. Get these players to T-spawn ASAP. Naf's just going to be a nuisance. Maybe tap that bomb and draw some players back, but... Or not. Or just try and chase. Anyway, that's the 3-1. We'll get another chance. We won't have the ult for ultimate. General money is a little lackluster. Utility will be scarce across the board. And head armor is kind of feeling good right now because there's a Galil, an M4, and a MAC-10, and you know these weapons were there because they got kills. Utility, too much for a premium to let go.
For Sashi here, your win conditions are lucky, which, to be honest, is really consistent against Tier 1 opposition, but Zyphon often goes absent in these games. This one's weird. This is just immediate. One smoke on the cross. You don't think they're fully going to commit to outside, and suddenly Ultimate caught with his pants down, and so too is Twistzz in from main. The Garage player is also wounded a little bit. This is a complete disaster. Naf is now rotating just straight into 3 players. That's round over, and that's Sashi getting the first gun round.
Yeah, I love that. I was watching Lucky throw that smoke, and I thought, oh, he's only throwing one of the smokes. Has someone else got like a fast lineup where they've thrown the close red smoke? But no one threw it. So it was just to kind of catch a player off guard, like we see, because you expect when that first smoke lands that the next one's going to come and then they'll cross. So just to throw the one and then just run across, really nice way to go into the next gun round for Sashi, knowing that Liquid have just reinvested. Pull out something a little cheeky like that. Catch them off guard. At least if these 3 rifles are safe, which they will be, Liquid will be able to reinvest. They didn't even get to play that round of Counter-Strike, basically. It was over before it started.
And then exactly what you were saying in the previous round as well, by the way, the fact that, look, they haven't got head armor. It's still relevant for Becky, at least, because he's got an M4. Galil's still on Patty. Like, it's now starting to be a little bit touch and go. Liquid are immediately using one of the free timeouts just to calm down a little bit. Because what's been happening is they've tried to get a little bit inventive, especially on the force buys, for example, but they've played right into Sashi's playbook. Sashi have currently got all of the control. Team Liquid now need to decide what they want to do. They need to set up either a little bit more passively to sort of allow Sashi to be these players that are going to take the fight towards them, or maybe you're going to be the ones that are going to be assertive. But at the moment, it just feels like Sashi are one step ahead. They've got a really good read on the situation right now. And for Team Liquid, I know Flashy is an analyst. He would have definitely been watching all of the demos. There's enough tail of the tape for Sashi on Nuke directly. There's also a fair amount for Team Liquid. So you maybe should be expecting a few of these plays. But for example, that gun round, I've watched a lot of Sashi over the last month. I've not seen them throw that. So that's really cool that they're just adding new elements to their game.
Yeah, I mean, you come into this knowing that this is going to be, you know, the big game that you have to win. Because Liquid is the best team here. You know, if you just look at the VRS rankings and just name value and all the rest. There's some strong contenders in the list, including OG, ENCE, Paravision, Fnatic, although got a temporary fifth as Mattis has departed that squad.
It's basically Passion UA now with Blame F.
True. Crims hanging on for dear life.
Bless him.
Fast A.
Look at this changer. Yeah, brilliant.
Ahead of it too. That's one of the rifles. Well, actually, sorry, they're all rifles. They're reinvested. Naf on the push gets two, but look how fast this is. How explosive. Nertz arrives, wonders what happened to his team. And if he walks through this, Patty should have his number. Look at that little gap. The source everywhere as he's lost in it, but he will find that space. Oh, Nertz is good for these. Has to isolate these three fights. Gun barrel spotted on the first CT vent swing. He's ready for that, but the cheeky little tuck back in to allow Lucky to play. Becky does not overextend. Nertz has a good read on the situation, but an unwinnable crossfire.
Fantastic. Again, let's talk about game management. Let's talk about the fact that Liquid have just taken a pause. Firstly, to discuss finances. Secondly, how do we want to accommodate for Sashi? And Sashi's immediate read is, well, look, let's just go for an A-rush. Let's completely flip the script. We've been going very extremity-based Counter-Strike right now. We're going ramp, we're going outside. Immediately, let's just hit them. With a fast play in towards A. Twistzz, you can see, he basically had his knife out, completely underprepared for that situation. Patty wanted to go fast into main, but instead he just spams out Twistzz. Twistzz is getting absolutely destroyed by Sashi, and Ultimate, who brought out the AWP, mind you, just gets owned by Lucky and Garage.
It's unrelenting. It's so fast-paced, the starts of these rounds, and it's the same situation, but worse. There's no multi-kill coming through for NAF. No one gets a thing. I mean, it's such an unlucky start to that because the flash is thrown in towards, door and misses the mark. And so they actually get slowed down. I think it was Patty then goes for the spam just through the smoke. It was never the kind of intended opening and then just gets the player that's standing on there.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think Sashi completely changed their game plan based off of that opening kill, though. I think the idea was for Patty to throw the flash in towards main, try and scale over towards the vent. If he sees anyone at Nitro wall, he'll take the shot. But otherwise, it will probably just try and get down vents. Instead, because of his flash, he's able to get that pre-spam on Twistzz. Lucky finds his kill outside, and they just split into A immediately off the back of it. Unbelievable call out of Sashi again, even if it was a little bit inadvertent. The response to the situation is telling. And Liquid are just stranded. And they're struggling to fight against this wave of pressure.
This feels like my
just
Prem
so
games.
Consistent.
When I queue up and it's like a 30k on the other team, just a bunch of like 5 solo queuers, and they just start running at you everywhere. Killing you through smokes. You're looking their profiles up on Faceit Finder. And now it's the slowdown when you know the money isn't there because you just ran over that force fire back in. With the AWP was there with no armor. The rifles were there with lesser util.
Oh, this is cool as well, because what you've done now is you've delayed the smokes, and in about 5 seconds, Liquid could say, well, actually, they could have crossed outside. Let's go for this lobby push. They're taking lobby right as Sashi are about to open these double doors. Yeah, look, Shui's like, oh, wait, you're here already? That's crazy.
Ultimate gets a tag. Sticks around in the flames for a hot minute. And he's getting util spammed, has to fully disengage. Great protocols to get the scaling through. Ultimate will go down eventually. It's a bit of flank damage, but that's about it. Sashi are having no issues getting into these bomb sites. If Becky gets Shui here, that's just like so locked in. Like to be aware of the potential push from that side. Oh my god. Just jiggling these 2 angles. Like Shui's like, what is this guy doing looking this way?
It's disgusting. And do you know what it is as well?
Oh.
It is just... Liquid needs to take a pause. Liquid needs to take a pause right now. This is Nuke, and sure, it has got a little bit more T-sided over the years. But this is why they need to take a pause. Because, again, you're getting this AWP out on Ultimate. The question now is... Ultimate is aggressive. Ultimate is an aggressive player. He applied his trade so much in Tier 3. The reason why he stood out to Liquid, and they even said it in the sign-in, is because he's very aggressive. He can control the tempo. Let's get him going aggressive then. I think Ultimate has really been misused in this roster. Obviously, a couple of events when he was starting off his trades and he was applying it, he was playing sort of his playstyle and it was working. Teams started to figure him out, and then he just lost all the confidence. And I don't think that's his fault necessarily. I just think it's the state that Liquid were in. And this is where I actually look to Flash and I say, look, let's get Ultimate playing the way that we know he can.
Yeah,
and let's
I think
mix in some of this aggressive play.
Shui's definitely been moving in that direction, it feels. I think we definitely saw that in some of the games, like the Major, for instance. But yeah, I think it's part of that's the consistency, right?
They're just going to go for A again.
Yeah, waiting for that initial util. Oh, Tabby is forced back by the flames. Nerds is starting secret, so he's just hightailing it there because these outside smokes have gone down because Sashi have crossed so many times. He's not going to see too much. A chance for an opener onto Zyphon. Ultimate actually gets the first kill. Can't be caught out. I'm not sure how that kill's come through. Nurse has the info. Only one player is outside.
Yeah, it looks like it was like in towards Hut, maybe. I think, again, Sashi read into the fact that the only possible reactions that Liquid could have would be starting down secret, breaking these smokes open. So I think they were waiting for Zyphon's contact, and they wanted to move in towards this A bomb site. Instead, it hasn't paid out in the manner that they anticipated, and you've got this double rifle set up with the AWP. This looks good for Liquid.
Shui falls back as the smoke begins to fade. He'll get the information on that jiggle. Calling perhaps for a flash. No, dry peeks out and gets eviscerated. Twistzz will have his shot at it, and he only goes for one. So it's back into the 3-on-3. Now you still have Ultimate, who's dropped down. He's in the prime position, but misses that first shot, as does Naf. You know Ultimate was here, but he's taking the shots behind the silo, dancing around, looking for the multi, can't get it. And he's the only one still standing. It needs to be all Ultimate, and they're going to swing together around the corner. Zyphon goes flying. Brilliantly crafted from Sashi as Liquid give them 1v1s, and they're happy to take them.
That's so frustrating. That's actually really frustrating to watch if you're a Liquid fan, because Shui gets that jiggle and he doesn't shoot, and I'm thinking, oh, this is brilliant. He's going to get a flash. He's going to go together. Maybe he's going to wait for Ultimate to come over, because you just see Ultimate drop down immediately as he gets that jiggle in. And no, he just dry swings, and then Twistzz dry swings. Like, come on. This is really frustrating. Like, fundamentals shouldn't be this bad. Should not be this bad from Team Liquid.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm sure Shui would have been spotted as well. Like, I think that information definitely would have gone both ways. Maybe he thought the molly was coming and felt like he gets ahead of the swing. Anyway, at ramp, bit of aggression. Ultimate goes to the peak of the 5-7, but gets brought low. Flash will come this time. Smoke as well, and a chance there. Naf will take it. We got Ultimate, and CZ peek into Hut, ambitious. I think this is a real great example of one team coming in hot and one coming in cold. Because Sashi come off playing the European Esports Championships as Team Denmark, where they've been playing every day. They've been playing on stage, online, building that energy together. And sure, Liquid have, been practicing together, boot camping, all the rest, but, coming just off the player break, their first official. It's an incredibly slow start. Liquid, more like solid, as it is glacial.
But they look like they've just rocked up to the server with no prep, thinking, oh, this is going to go better. Maybe it will. The only way Liquid are going to win rounds is through pure individual brilliance, and maybe it can come through Nertz and Naf. Immediately picks up the AK and is able to headshot Becky through the side of the wall. There we go. Individual brilliance on display. This is why they've not made any roster changes. And finally, we actually get Team Liquid swinging together.
Big round from Naf. Huge triple kill. He's had a couple of multis as that kind of A-site rotator. And that one's actually slowing it really down, and Liquid just having the players already there to deal with them. They decide to sort of converge on A as the last moments come through. It's actually the clock a little against them. Go straight into the Lion's Den. But it's only their second, and there's only 2 more rounds left. On the CT side, no less. Ultimate maybe has a chance here. From the smoke sees nothing. There's a player, top silo, that he's jiggling for. He hits 2 taps. They're down again. Nuts will be the one that responds to it. Math also moves down. Smoke lands at a perfect time. Finally, it feels like Liquid are ahead of this.
Yeah, this is cool. And what's good here as well for Liquid is they haven't actually pushed in towards lobby at this moment because they've got these rotates down. If they pushed in towards lobby, they're spreading themselves too thin. So Nertz is here. Naf moves back up towards ramp. A boost up for Lucky. Isn't going to see Nertz, but the molly will at least either push him forward or push him backwards. He's going to go all the way through towards control room. This might not even be the final commitment because Sashi has still got this lobby player. Twistzz in towards main. Needs to find the kill. Starts to hear these footsteps. Around the corner goes Sashi into their demise. Cabby will eventually trade. Ultimate backs up because now he's worried about main. But Shuey will finally strike in from CT vent. This is looking a lot more coordinated. But with 30 seconds left, I doubt Sashi can find the answer.
They're going to go down to B. I don't know how Cabby can get here. Let's move down to single. Okay, there's actually a world they can get this bomb down. Nertz cannot deny this. He opens the door, so that's allowed to be planted. Lucky's got a good forward position. Has 2 players coming at him. Ultimate just drops down. Gives up that free fight. There's no trade. They're waiting for that second player. Nertz just spams out Lucky through the smoke. Brilliant kill. And Cabby, who was lurking, planted the bomb. Nertz knows he's slinked away. Planted for double, so assumes that he must have moved around this way, but Cabby goes back single. Now this won't be accounted for just yet, and Shuey spotted out. No idea, but Nertz comes out over the top. Is the kit easily retrievable? He picks it up. It is on the bomb. He's lucky it is, because that's going to be milliseconds on it. Just about gets it. The Liquid save face after Sashi almost recover that.
Yeah, that was a sly little maneuver as well from Cabby. And good decision-making again from Sashi here, because you've got Cabby that was over towards main. Lucky's able to get this lurk kill of all things, back garage to hell, picks up the M4 and just hightails it. Immediately hightails it. You know about the ace setup. You know there's multiple players there because of the early information, because Shuey has also just taken a life there towards CT Van. The fact they're able to get the bomb down in that situation, but Nertz has done everything. Faster play, yet again. Ultimate creeping in. He's not going to be ready. He is not going to be ready for these players, and Cabby just sprints out. Cabby sprints out and completely dissects A. I don't even know how you retake this.
It's hard. There's a space up the vent. Nertz will slide out. Twistzz is waiting in heaven. Naf just spams out Zyphon. That's a freebie. It gives the space to maybe get in, but with Nerds getting caught, yeah, it's done. Naf spamming out. And that's going to be a 9-3 half. Sashi dominating Liquid. The huge T side.
Go to broad daylight, feeding every night like Friday night. I keep the party on rock and the Bombay ice. Gotta see stars like Broadway lights. I told a baby girl, you don't gotta kick it with the daydreamers. You can skip the line, I'm the gatekeeper. Plus I got the crowd going crazy, dance floor blazing up, going. When they see me show up, I be feeling glowed up. When they see me show up, I be feeling so. When they see me show up, I be feeling glowed up. When they see me show up, I be feeling so. With the VIPs in your city, getting litty as a BIC, huh? Yeah, screaming life's a gift, so we live to the bullets till we DIE. DJ, put it back on, keep it hype, we don't wanna hear no sad songs. Everybody up in here just wanna celebrate. Sip a little drink, get the dance on. That's all, listen, everything good over here. We don't want no problems, we just want cheers. Toast to the good life, wine, liquor, beer. Haters getting blocked if they trying to interfere. Swag on 100 and my drip too fresh. Certified stunner, need a big blue check. I don't got no time for no BS, I no negative ideas in my vibe, cause I'm just too blessed. Run it back. When they see me show up, I be feeling glowed up. When they see me show up, I be feeling so. When they see me show up, I be feeling glowed up. When they see me show up, I be feeling so.
Look, we know Sashi are really good at this map. They pick it every single chance they get, but you definitely expect a little bit more out of Liquid given where they've been over the last season. 3 rounds only on their CT side. Lucky having a barn burner with a 3 KD, 18 kills, and Zypher now looking to challenge. Team Liquid need this pistol, and they actually just need this series. You lose this, you're eliminated. No Pro League for you.
This is the classic outside crawl. PT50 goes searching. Those long-range fights. Lucky's rotated over. Now, he's keeping an eye on this and will remove him. So Lucky bites off more than he can shoot, and now it's an acceleration. Lucky will move down with the dual Berettas, and they actually don't commit. So they feign out that they're all running. Make sure that was shown on the cam. Nerds gets blindsided. Now you feel like you have to commit into this A bomb site. The dualies come up, the dualies go down. And with Naf in the heart, this will allow Team Liquid to plant the bomb, but the CTs are pretty fast on the approach.
They are, but they're also hurt. Like, Patty's been dinked. Zyphanul's hurt towards Squeaky as well. Naf's been removed, but it still should be completely okay. Because you've got all this info for Team Liquid. There's not a kit here for Sashi, and the different angles of elevation are definitely enough to earn them this pistol. Patty's on such low HP. Twistzz even just shut the door on his face. Nice shot. Don't give it to him. Do not give these 1v1s. It should be all said and done, and it is through the Polish duo.
Yeah, good stuff from Shui, getting a couple of kills there. And for Liquid, good response to the situation. They were fully ready for that potential rotate. I think dropping the smoke there actually kind of helped bake that in, because it really felt like there was going to be a lot of bodies outside. Lucky goes for that peek. It feels like a position where you could really do some damage, but instantly removed by Nerds. You make it seem like you've committed. Everyone rotates. It's a free bomb site. Becky's blindsided as he goes up. And it's a eco from Sashi. I'll go for a stack on ramp. Very rare you see someone boosted onto that box. I don't know if I've really ever seen it, actually.
I didn't know you could get up there.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah, cool.
Liquid are just going to go through the motions. Start to... I hope this... Even though this is a bit more of a monotonous round for them, just immediately, it sounds silly, but dropping all your smokes, doing it on your timing, being systematic, just even if it is against an eco, they don't know that yet, but it makes you feel like you do belong on the server. It feels like you're getting a little bit warmed up. You've got a clear identity of what's going on in these rounds. Naf is going to hopefully surprise Sashi in just a second here. He's able to file up some money on the MAC-10. You assume, oh... Exceptional work from Naf. It is just the eco, but it's an ace nevertheless.
Easy for Naf, and so many kills in the MAC-10 too. Ultimate were licking his lips looking at that bank balance. Thinking, okay, round 16. I'm calling you up. Yeah, it's surprising after, I guess, the way we put forward, in that very brief pre-show about how Naf has had his toughest season ever. Calling for his head, and he's actually the one that's really performing here in this map. Gave him a couple of opportunities, him and Nerds. It's the ultimate in the pistol. Those 3 CT rounds. Now if they could get this first gun round back in the conversation for getting this T-side going on Nuke. Harder to set the pace on the CT side.
A lot of prioritization here for Sashi when it comes to the rifles, so you've got limited utility. It's actually a similar situation to Liquid in the first half. Nerds edging the side of this smoke, hoping to maybe catch out Zyphon or Patty, and those 2 bullets have enticed Nerds to go on a little bit of a crawl. Patty prepared and Zyphon not shown. But Liquid are down, at the very least. And with this pressure that Shui is applying, that will at least keep the A anchors rooted.
Lucky at the off angle, though. Means Cabby can fully commit down. Store be opening. They're waiting to see if Wrap can be established first. Nice little swing out, but Lucky's spray, even better. Gets both players, and then Cabby will strike from above. Twistzz trades him out. Bomb plant, perhaps, at the very least. The Paddy's fast on the play to door. Loud about it. Doesn't actually overcommit. Gives Twistzz the chance to tap, but they don't connect. With too many players. Anyway, Lucky, the big 3K, that double on Wrap essentially secures the round. Means that player on site and Cabby has free reign to get his.
It's a really nice little setup from Sashi as well, because as we mentioned, look, they don't really have all the utility. So what they do is actually play elongated crossfires. So Zyphon's responsible for outside, but he's holding that with Patty. If Patty receives contact on main, Zyphon will swing from Unbreakable. And in the same breath, you've got your Heaven rotate that's actually playing in towards ramp. As soon as those outside smokes are dropped, it gives Cabby the leverage. And because Lucky does so well, he finds that multi-kill. No one is prepared for Cabby to be down there. So a good double setup in both extremities here for Sashi. The guns come out, and now they've got all the utility behind them after that round win.
I'm surprised they actually don't go for the AWP here. Definitely had the option to if they wanted to.
I mean, he's 21 and 8 on AKs, basically. You might as well just let him do his best work.
Well, on both sides, I mean, but yeah.
Oh, true, yeah. That is curious.
Flash play. Commitment slight behind it. Nice molly at the same time. Yeah, disrupts, but it doesn't matter what. Patty still swings and gets the kill on main. That was a really nice utility combo. The flash, the molly, everything about it to try and upset Patty. He goes down with one. That's well as well.
Wait, what is that setup? What is that disengage? Lucky got the kills in towards heaven, and then he's suddenly in CT spawn alongside Cabby. Oh, Sashi are just in complete flow state right now. The fact that Patty's able to run out of the molly, half blind, get the kill on towards the main players. I really like the idea from Liquid, because what Liquid do here is that they recognize, okay, that was the setup in the previous round. Maybe they'll just run it again. Let's add a little slight variation. Let's up the tempo of our timing. We'll drop the smokes a little bit earlier. We'll flash through them. We'll hopefully be able to get these kills with that combination of you two, as you were mentioning. And yet somehow it just doesn't work out whatsoever. 11-5. No money for Liquid. So essentially, they're going to be conceding map point and 7 of them.
Doesn't feel great, does it? Searching with the dig. Does not connect. Patty seeing the shadow and seeing the shooting. And they're just so good at playing off each other. One by one, each will support the other. One casualty. The bank balance is burgeoning, and so is Sashi's round count. As mentioned, 12-5. Last time out for Liquid. As Nuke will slip from their fingers.
I really want to give a lot of credit to Zyphon, especially ever since he's joined Sashi, but most notably more recently, because Zyphon of old, I don't know how much Tier 2 Counter-Strike you guys have been watching, obviously over here on the ESL stream, but for Zyphon, he's really undergone a lot of change. Really aggressive player, would often overstep quite a lot, and then would rely on his aim to bail him out. And here, on this map, especially on the CT side, he's been playing so passive. He's always been waiting with his team. Whenever he does commit to a fight, he wide angles and then re-strafes back in, and that always gives that half second to get a player on the line, whether that's Cabby rotating from heaven, whether that's him from Patty. The point is, he's buying into the system, and he's not being a liability. When he first joined this team, it felt a little bit touch and go, but he's really buying into the process. It's awesome to watch, because he's a very talented player that deserves his flowers.
Lucky's orbs out, and he's starting left side garage. I'm sure he heard Nerds, even though Nerds slows down. So he's going to move immediately to respond at ramp, knowing that that's going to be the next contact point. Brilliant heads up from Lucky, but the flash is great, and he's in trouble. A tag, and he'll commit to the kill. Does go down. He just gets that one before he goes. With Nerds already down, Liquid, it's looking like they've got all the space on B. No possibility for the rotation.
Do you ever save this?
Not a lot of money, but I guess loss bonus isn't there. Got lots of rounds to work with. I think you do.
Yeah, clever. Can you recover the orb? It's going to be a little bit tricky, right? Because that was on just the mouth of ramp. So like a halfway house between B and A, so I don't think they'll be able to get the sniper, but Lucky's got more than enough money. So a really good decision here, and the reason why they're doing this as well is because they had no space outside. They didn't have anything towards secret either, and it's not like they could have rotated down vents, and if they did, I think they recognized that Nerds was going to be there, because as you mentioned, the information was gathered so early. Good timing on the pop from Liquid. It's whether they can keep doing this in a consistent manner. For now, we're looking at Team Liquid just building up a few more rounds here to look competitive, save a little bit of face, and then feel confident going into their map pick.
Yeah, Nuke has been a difficult map for Liquid over the last season. Obviously, that they had a great win over Mouse on it at the major. It was a 13-4, so it was actually quite dominant, but they're on a long loss streak before then. Mouse as the team was exceptional, is exceptional on this map under Shuei was. It might just be a matter of integrating his ideas. More pace, Twistzz, charge forward, ahead of it, and it's Shuei that gets the opener. Off the back of that, they can just continue to scale down. Ultimate's holding for the swing on door. So the pace, again, comes out for Liquid. It looks like it'll find success.
Yeah, really cool. Again, this is a nice call out of Shuei, because all he says is, look guys, that worked out so well. This time let's just have 5 go ramp. We'll just get the trade. That's something they didn't really have on the CT side. Trade potential. Ultimate, his timing doesn't mean that he catches Lucky and Zyphon, but to be fair to him, I doubt Lucky and Zyphon can go all the way around the world to try and gut him out. They're more interested in holding on to their economy. Ultimate around the corner. Is he going to be ready? No, he's not. So suddenly that sniper's blindsided.
Even got a hunt. Only Becky here. Smoke actually does the trick.
Yeah, he can just hide behind the barrel, put his head down. So that's what, an AK, an M4, and an AWP save. That is dream scenario if you're Sashi. Finally going to take their first tactical timeout. And by just keeping 3 players alive every round, you can make this really difficult for Liquid. You can make it quite excruciating. Just because every round there isn't going to be a break. It's always going to be a gun round. It's always going to feel that little bit more difficult. You don't have the luxury of just going against pistols, running into like the MP9s, for example. And it feels like there's always going to be an AWP. Whilst that threat hasn't yet been needed for Sashi, it can still be the X factor, especially with the way that Lucky is playing.
Yeah, see if Liquid continue with the pace. Ultimate has a nice little spawn if he wants to peek anything. Got a pick at door too long ago. But no, he's going to be mucking around with utility, so won't be taking any of that.
I've already seen Sashi get aggressive on the CT side, and that is continuing to remain. This is the most advanced Xiphon has been outside. Back garage, which is a little bit of a statement, isn't it? A break on the smoke, trying to disguise that Xiphon is still remaining over towards Unbreakable and Credit Card. Liquid don't need to fight him, but if they go in towards garage, that's where the nasty surprise is going to be. Once more, electing to have a little peek, a little looky in towards ramp. That means you're going in towards Cabby and not the sniper. Lucky's over here.
Yeah, Nert sent to lurk, so he'll get down. It's going to be a very conventional T-side round where you get a player down, secret, and then the rest will make their moves through the ramp. Cabby will spot out ahead. Engages off it, dropping the utility, wants to stay alive, and a little lost as the flash comes through, but still allowed to get away. And immediately pounce. Now they start to move. Will he get behind the silo in time? He does. A head seen and a head lost, but it's his. With Nerds holding down the vents, Liquid have again found their way down to B.
It's going to be another one of these rounds where they don't go for it. They're immediately in spawn. There will be a point where they eventually go for it, but it won't happen here. I really am enjoying this as well for Shuey, because it is working, but we're also adding a little bit of variation. This time it's the outside smokes and Nerds is there in case it's going to be a reaction for Sashi to start secret and get the forward info to have that double rotate over towards ramp. This deep molly continuously going and pushing Lucky off of the hell peak is really damaging for Sashi. And what's good about this as well is eventually Liquid are going to get to a point where they want Sashi to start 2 ramps, so they can immediately go for an A play. They can immediately just send 5 players outside. It's all in the art of conditioning. And Shuey is calling Liquid back into this game right now. Still 4 chances for Sashi to close. There's still 4 choreography routines for Liquid to make it to OT.
Similar initial salvo, this time more players outside. Nerds notes how little response he had on the previous round. The early break. There is players starting down secret though. Cabby is arriving. Could be any sort of flash. Doesn't look like there is one on towards Xiphon, so Cabby can't really extend. Shuey can! And Xiphon peeks into him. Aware of the possibility of Nerds, there's a shot through, and the timing of Nerds' swing is great. Kill comes back, and now Nerds is playing a really annoying position, but this is when Cabby decides to move up. Spots out Twistzz, and will remove him. Ultimate manages to get by. Paddy's in main, and I think he might be in a lot of trouble.
Oh, Umbrella get
Oh, the
seen? No, it
timing.
didn't. Oh, that's brutal. Ultimate will at least trade. You still know about this player in towards Secret, and Naf starts to activate his lurk out towards the squeaky door. Becky tucked in, back sight. Naf, thorough on his clears, but there's so many different angles to take a look at. It all comes down to timing, and once again, Becky is prepared. Incendiary drop forward, that gives the audio over, and Ultimate cannot find that trade. Sashi will close, and Team Liquid, unfortunately, have got no further say in map 1.
Yeah, decent recovery on the T side, but they just had nothing to work with. It was such a dominant first half from Sashi. 9-3, just the amount of variation that they got. And obviously, if you're looking at Liquid, you're expecting a lot more than that.
If we're talking about Sashi, though, we're talking about Sashi and Mirage and why Liquid have picked into this. If you exclude the sort of the national tournament, the European Esports Championship, where Sashi went 1-1 on Mirage, they hadn't won it in terms of Team CS, Tier 2, Tier 3 CS in 6 matches, and they only got double digits once, and that was overtime, and they lost. So there's a reason Liquid have picked into it. We just hope that their confidence isn't shattered too much, which you wouldn't expect it to be. Let's kick into the action here. We've got Smoke, double molly. Sorry, oh my goodness me, just botching everything. Smoke, molly, double flash, and all of Liquid going into A.
Yeah, they're going to go towards CT. It's only Becky here and a lot of mid-control Sashi, so going to have to try and retake this. Becky will immediately fall back, seeing those smokes come over. You kind of know what the play is going to be. Cypher is happening, so those players coming out. A little leg shot. Becky also looking for a chance to maybe find a kill, make this tricky for Liquid to scale. More CTs will arrive in their spawn. And Flash isn't actually used to take that space. That's kind of surprising. Because now Cabby on the backstab has the chance to remove Shuhei, and he hits every body shot, but no header. But there we go. The CTs start to find their frags. It's only these players over towards Con and over towards Jungle.
It's not
There's
planted for
Twistzz
them.
with the fast one, and it's not planted for them, but it's a 10-second defuse. 10 seconds, and a gush comes through. There's no way you can commit to this. Yeah, Twistzz. Here we go. Comes alive. Big 3K in the pistol.
Okay, Ultimate was flanking it as well. It just gets a little bit confusing why that after plant is over towards Jungle, and as you say, the flashes aren't conducted in towards CT, but I do like the way that Becky was playing that, just jiggling so consistently, just to make sure that even if there was going to be a flash deep in towards CT, 50-50, he's probably going to dodge it. But Team Liquids, they are able to stave off that pressure, very much like when they won the pistol on T-side Nuke. Sashi a full eco. They want the guns out as soon as possible.
That'd be a good chance to maybe catch a player off guard. You're hearing Shuhei. Do you want to just charge through this or wait for the fade? Here we go. They'll start to... Sure, no, okay. Even off that flash. Shuhei's just going to sit back and will be removed after 1. Can't lose anyone else. You're sitting pretty. There we go. 2-0 start.
Close.
It was all rifles into that, and they lose 1. No big deal. T-side and Nuke is where Liquid started to get their mojo back.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense as well, right? Because look, Naf, Naf's really good at lurking. Nertz was being deployed to be a little bit more active, just sort of on his maneuvers on extremities. And Twistzz coming alive early is really good as well, because Twistz's individual form has definitely been under scrutiny recently.
Yeah, normally it's such a reliable piece for Liquid. A lot of scrutiny in general on this squad after Austin. Shuhei will put a player out, but it's Twistzz with the opener. He's just strolled into this A bomb site. Lucky removes his teammate, and then he's out in the open, has to commit to the open fight, will go down. Cabby gets the further information. Ultimates removes Xiphon in short. So Cabby needs to disengage, still has Lucky standing mid-side. He's been spotted. Looking at the shoulder, and reposition. Bomb is scaling up towards short, so it's Patty. He's currently given a bit of space because of the smoke, and Nertz walks around the smoke on A. A lot of chaos being caused. Lucky. Be ready for this elevated angle. Nertz surely has his number, peeks up, and yeah, will convert that kill. Looks like Liquid searching for kills all across the map. We'll be getting that third. First gun round under their belt.
Yeah, played that really well, did Liquid, to be fair to them, because Lucky and Cabby chiming in with equal opportunities on A. The overextension comes in from short, which is a player that was initially in towards ladder. Feels like off the back of the chaos and the Cabby spam back in towards connector. Maybe he can profit off it, but a good hold and good accountability being taken by ultimate, just making sure that these players can't be pounced upon. They got a good idea that Patty's in towards the apartments, and they'll be bang on the money, so nothing saved, nothing gained for Sashi. And Team Liquid will find this third. And we're literally speaking about Nertz on the extremities, and he's able to walk through connector and just completely carve a path to Liquid to get that round.
Yeah, it looked a little scary there when Naf and Twistzz get removed on A. And that's so good at lurking around and finding those cheeky timings. That's a half buy into this one, not the full investment. Actually, maybe catch the player off, but Naf, brilliant little lurk out, and the spray for two, straight to the dome. Spotted out by Nertz. Yeah, it seems that ain't gonna cut the mustard there. Is everything going by the book? Now expect to see Lucky's AWP fill the feed. Get that out without an AWP to go against on the other side. You expecting Sashi to change much up into this gun round?
I think they'll keep doing what they're doing in terms of playing a little bit more passive. We saw it on Nuke with deep crossfires. They've only fought mid once, truly, and that was in the pistol. The fact that Zyphon's in towards window, I was going to say, will be enabling Cabby to boost in towards ladder quite quickly. Change of pace, perhaps, for Liquid. Taking a page out of Sashi's book. Lucky is here, and Twistzz has got to be careful.
Yeah, I don't think you know the AWP's here at this point, but he'll fall off before he gets the chance.
He's
super careful.
Jump spotting with the AWP.
Yeah, you never see this. But he's lost his support in towards short. He is in trouble. Players everywhere for Lucky to deal with. Flames at his back. He's forced forward, and he'll be forced down. He felt like he was a bit bewildered.
That's so weird that he did that. Like, why didn't he not just hold the line? Like, it makes
had a
no
player
sense for
in
him to be
short.
jump spotted. You got the AWP.
Yeah, it's so because it's the same goal, like, but the AWP is gonna get the kill.
I'd only understand if there was a player close balcony and he was jump spotting to like bait them in, right? That's
Yeah.
the only one. But no, that's a bizarre one. But as foretold, Liquid do change up this pace. They're able to get the openers. Twistzz just scales and these with his teammates when they're ready and raring to go. And it's another one of these rounds where Liquid know that Sashi want to save. They've been saving an awful lot on the CT sides just in general. And yet again, Sashi are being removed pretty convincingly. Only 4. That's the difference. 4 players staying alive for Liquid. 4 players with kills for Sashi. Patty gets to hold on to his gun, but it's coming at a great cost.
Yeah, that's a bizarre one for Sashi. Cabby's in short. Like, there doesn't seem to be any real reason.
Yeah, especially when he gets fast boosted in towards ladder. Like, you get fast boosted in towards ladder, surely you're going to be ladder holding towards short to protect Lucky. Instead, Nertz has just walked through 2 smokes. One of them was Liquid's own as well, through top middle. And Zyphon can't see anything because he's blocked off by the window smoke. Never nades it open. So, a couple of interesting decisions made in that round for Sashi. And it comes back to bite them in a big way.
Nertz loves a smoke push, doesn't he?
The thing is, he can also just get away with it at this level, not to be rude to Sashi, but like Nertz is a tier 1 player. So you feel like he is going to be taking these risks. So I like that he is just doing this. Oh, he nearly was able to catch out Patty, and instead everyone's just going to swing on him. But that's at least good info for Liquid. There's at least 3 players in towards mid, so suddenly A's for free.
Yeah, rotations will be fast. The utility is good for locking them out. Smoke on Con. Broken open, and Twistzz only takes the low HP player down. Naf will at least remove Lucky, and with Patty going down, you feel like that's the big threat removed. If he's able to get one. Covered AK in Cabby's hands. Now, there isn't the kit. Shui will be offering up a one-on-one. He gets ahead of the swing. Oh, it's almost messy. In fact, Cabby takes down his teammate. Ultimate's on the line. Spots that jump up, misses the chance. Cabby's able to start to accelerate forward. Ultimate feeling the pressure as Cabby closes the distance. Doesn't have that kit, needs to waste the time. But he just walks up on him. Either Ultimate didn't hear that close footstep or feels that he can hit that fast shot. But nothing's fired. And it's the half buy that gets Sashi there first.
Well, he's just caught in the lights. I don't know. He just looks straight up and doesn't react. Because you would have heard him coming around the corner. I guess you're in two minds. Is he going to fake it out? If I just stay directly square behind default box, then he has to commit to this swing. The rifle is more likely to keep changing his angle. But you got to at least try something there. You can't just stand still. That's really puzzling. And it's finally one of these retakes that, of course, Sashi go for. They do it on the low buy. Now Zyphon's looking to get a little bit more invested. Break on towards the top mid smoke, and with a flashbang support as well. 2 opening kills for Zyphon. Twistzz looks to at least trade, but he can't find anything really. Lucky will step back in. He's still got Becky on this angle. Nertz doesn't know which way's up. And in fact, Becky through the smoke also is going to get rid of Ultimate. Sashi are now starting to gain some momentum.
Yeah, they put more forward pressure there after respecting Team Liquid a lot in the previous gun rounds. This one, they decided to fight fire with fire in middle, break on that smoke, and a beautiful double kill from Con. Twistzz does good to get to back there, especially when he's like full blind on that first kill. Like, that's crazy. I suppose it's a very familiar angle, and he gets that initial information, so trust his mechanics. But then, yeah, Lucky breaks the smoke in window, gets the fast trade, and then it's a collapse. Lovely off angle from Becky. Team Liquid try a different angle, a different approach, and it started well. There's no support. That was the only player here. Lucky is in short. Kyrie's actually going to drop the smoke. He knows this is currently being held. That's going to allow him to get on. He's been spotted. That's a bit of information.
Don't need to commit on this, though. Look at where the bomb is. The bomb's already outside TV room. So you've got a lot of defensive utility out from Sashi early. Re-smoke into Palace, though, would indicate to me that they're going to reset. And I love this. Immediately in towards middle. Just trying to get ahead of the curve of where Team Liquid want to operate. This underpass time is going to be everything. Because either Zyphon turns around based off this flashbang play that Shui's putting down. Oh, and instead, he gets caught by the second one, and then Nertz takes his time in.
That's beautiful from Nertz. Now, Naf holding for Cabby. He's looking really good coming off the player break, actually, as Naf. Very confident in his engagement. He's holding that cross, given the free peek, and almost gets a chance for a follow-through. Bomb not spotted, so he's worried about that flank coming in, but it's not. Becky misses the timing. Still might catch a different one as he's crawled around the side. No one's seen him. Finally, he gets revealed, and Shui deals with him. That was the only way into this round. You're already setting up to hunt Lucky as well. You fired off that shot from short. That's... remove this AWP. It would be really good if he could. Lucky looks to try and hold on to it. Liquid are going to throw bodies at the problem. And Ultimate. I'll remove him. So, Liquid. Emphatic round after that fight in mid. Looks like Sashi have got some good forward control, so a good idea on how the round's playing out, but the flashbang play to set up Nertz was brilliant.
What's the most convincing about that round for me is the fact that everything had a purpose. okay, we're going to start ultimate over towards B to get an opening kill. The bomb's deliberately being left by TV because we don't want to commit on it. We're hoping for over rotations. Then you get that mid play, as you've said. Oh, and now you just got Shuey just removing Zyphon. He wanted to get ahead of this. A really fast jump in towards short, caught in transition. Another opening kill for Team Liquid. And now Naf is yet again hunting and hoping someone just walks into his crosshair.
So it's Nerds, so we'll find the next pick. Peek into Cabby. And Naf. Raid goes through. Lucky's desperately searching for something. Almost had a chance on the headshot there. That's all walk to his demise. Lucky will get that kill onto Naf.
Uh-oh.
By 2 great opening picks, it's back into the 3-on-3.
Good
B
news
is
is that
completely
no
open.
one's on B. Yeah. So, and Ultimate's actually taking all that space. Twistzz is now walking to give Shuey a little bit more confidence that he can walk this bomb through apartments because Ultimate sees nothing. So the only consideration is that players could be in towards B apps. Now, the next question for Ultimate is how far does he want to go? He just tries to no-scope. But at least that gives the forward info to both Twistzz and Shuey that B apps should be clear.
So drop down, throws that smoke forward, and looks to maybe swing ahead of it, but can't find that kill immediately. Shuey spam through on that attempted cross. It's on to Twistzz. Reloading player dealt with. Becky, calm that he is nearby. Twistzz has the time to work with to put this together. Question is, where is Lucky? It's the AWP, so on some level, Twistzz knows that's not the immediate threat. About finding Becky with this rifle, who's moved into market. It starts to make noise, and off the back of it, the swing comes around, the headshot comes in, and then Becky with the USP swings another shot. Twistzz had a good read on the situation, but it was that left-right crossfire, the timing of it that doesn't work out.
Yeah, that's it. Again, you can understand what Ultimate is doing there, and the reason why he's trying to cross the right-hand side of the window is so the players can come through apartments, because if he's holding a deep angle on the left-hand side, even though he's not exposed, his teammates are. So he has to go for that. He then gets caught completely off guard by Patty. Just don't think he really expected there to be nobody on the B bomb site in its entirety. And I love the way Becky plays it as well. Just make sure that he is consistently staying alive to enable and facilitate Lucky's rotate over towards short. 6-3. This would be a good look if Sashi were able to equalize this. Yet again, we've got Nerds lurking through underpass on a much more advanced timing than before. This is going to be a quick A split.
Actually have some decent info on this because they've got full control in apartments. So Lucky is going to hear this contact. He's got a player in towards Sandwich. Not needed just yet as Lucky. He's just taking the frags himself. Now Becky gets his. Oh, what a swing out from Becky. Decapitated. And that one is all too easy for Sashi.
I love the way Lucky plays that as well, because look at how desperate he is when we're watching his POV. Immediately through the smoke, straight away to back triple, looks in towards Con, takes that fight in towards main, then he re-swings, then he goes back again for even more. That indicates to me, if you're Liquid, that hey, he's the only one here on site. They've tried to take control in towards middle, and maybe they're top mid behind the boxes. We don't know about that because our player through mid has come from underpass. So there's no way you're ever really going to expect Sandwich. And even when they did, it was only a half-assed clear. And Becky just keeps powering up. Ultimate hits the deck. It's an eco here for Team Liquid. Everyone's got Glocks apart from Nerds. This is going to be a one-round game.
Yeah, like you say, if Sashi can get back to 6 after Team Liquid started this half so strong, they'd be feeling great after how good their T-side was on Nuke. Some of their players coming online. Lucky actually getting to use the AWP. He barely had it on Nuke. Oh, okay, Nerds. Offering up a little bit of something. Looking for another onto Lucky. He's not going to give him that fight. Not immediately.
That's fine, though. You know he's trapped in, so you can just somewhat ignore him. Never mind.
Oh my
Becky will
God.
alleviate some pressure. Nerds just keeps going. How many more can he find? Unfortunately, he can't get all 5. But he's the only one that gets kills. He still does economic damage, and normally you'd consider that. But no, it's the last round of the first half. Sashi have got plenty of money. Team Liquid take a timeout. They know how important in MR12 the difference is between 7-5 and 6-6.
Just imagine if one of those kills had come through on like the A side, if Becky gets caught out by Nav. How quickly these rounds can escape. Great shots from Nerds. Just reminding you of who you're up against. Yeah, first time out, Liquid want to walk away 7-5 at the half. That small slither of breathing room. A didn't work out when they went for the exec. B has been the often vulnerability for the Sashi defense.
Yeah, for sure when it comes to openers. Be interesting to see. It looks like Liquid wants to now go for an advanced opener towards A and then maybe spin it in towards a B attack. In fact, currently they're just holding for aggression. They're waiting for Sashi to take the fight towards them. That has only come through middle. We've not yet seen an extremity push in B apps, in Palace, in ramp. Liquid feel like this is going to be the time, and they're bang on the money. Becky slides in close. But is he going to go directly around this corner?
Shuey might. Straight into the scope of Lucky the timing. He had a chance there. It's Becky instead that takes his, but Twistzz quick on the trade at least. And a second player outside of A does have you questioning. Oh, Shuey will remove Lucky. That's a massive kill. That's the AWP down. And you wonder, maybe there's space towards B again, because right now no one is there.
You can also tell because the window smoke's being broken open just so continuously. Patty's just dropped a nade there. Nert's looking for his trademark lurk. It goes dink for dink. Zyphon lives on a prayer, but he's able to make it a 3v3. But as you mentioned, bomb site once again opened up for Team Liquid. And this time the bomb's here in a timely manner.
And with two of them, they can't afford to take their time on this clear. Shuey sees nothing. There's no rotation yet. Sashi holding their ground.
This lurk is so far away from this fight. Twistzz needs to start going now.
Yeah, I think it's because they managed to walk into B for free. So they feel there's got to be a lot of defenders at A and some that Twistzz can catch off. There's that lurk. The L2 CTs, they now know there's not a player they have to worry about.
I don't want the
Make up your mind. You thought about wall banging. Zyphon's still in charge of holding out Twistzz, who's just being a nuisance. And so Paddy reveals himself with a util. There's just no way. The setup's too good. And so that 7-5 half will be converted. Liquid just about edging the lead.
Liquid walk away with a majority of rounds in the first half, but Sashi did start to build in a little bit of momentum. I really like the fact that they take a pause. Team Liquid, they're able to at least stop and bridge the gap of that momentum for Sashi. Now it's the CT side. Sashi are going really quick here. Ultimate sees a couple of players, but is he going to be ready for the speed? Because they're both splitting in towards Connector and Short. Everyone is everywhere for Sashi. What is happening? A crunch on towards Jungle. Ultimate needs to try and stay alive. He's doing such a good job of that. 2 kills immediately, but Zypher and Lucky are fighting back. Bomb needs to make its way over. And Twistzz and Naf are both trying to deny. And with Zypher removed, surely this is going to be the round for Liquid.
I don't know why Zypher swings there. Kind of gives up the whole round, it feels. Smoke will go down. It's not great,
it's
though.
not good.
It's really not doing the job. 2D. Lucky has his work cut out for him in the 1v2. Sees that crossover. Naf in the distance. Just looking for that head, and it's Twistzz that finds it. Another brilliant Twistzz pistol round. A 3k in it. With that, Liquid take both pistols on their map pick and set themselves up to force a third.
Let's give credit to Ultimate as well, because he gets split on from Short to jump in towards the window. 2 players up from Con, completely ignore A-site, and they're all fighting Ultimate, and he still gets 2 kills. That's really good work, considering that that's such an unorthodox pistol round. It's designed to catch off the window player, but he's okay. Okay, again, we see this eco. Objective bomb plant for Sashi, and Nerds and Shui are here with SMGs.
He actually gets the kill with that P250. And Zypher as well finds a frag. That's a chance for a bomb plant. Maybe not. Twistzz doesn't want to allow it. And anyway, Ultimate will get it. I'm not sure. Did he jump up on the boxing? Gone something to give him that little angle.
He owned him.
Definitely owned him. That one's over and done with quickly. That's what you like. No bomb plant means a few flashes are missing, but Sashi still have what they need.
So it's good in this map to see Shui stepping up. It's good to see, obviously, Nerds carrying on his consistency. Twistzz is a vast improvement than he was on Nuke. Nash drops off a little bit, but that's fine because the rest of the team is performing. Let's give the same credit to Sashi. Lucky's doing well. So is Becky and Zypher, but Patty and Cabby have been pretty absent. But the whole floor needs to raise here, otherwise Mirage is going to come and go quite quickly. Cabby finds the first, but he gets hunted down by Nerds.
And allowed to get away, and with that space towards top middle, Sashi need to make a call, need to make it fast, because Liquid are already continuing to flank. Shui needs some support. He's completely alone on this bomb site. Tucks in towards Ninja. Now Nerds will arrive, and they want to set up a crossfire. Shui at least gets one before he goes. Nerds in the open, and they deal with him. It's on to Naf on this flank. The timing of it looks brilliant. This could be the impact he's been hoping for, and that kill is offered out. Becky is low. The spam through Naf. It is perfection. The flank timing, superb. All the chaos caused by his teammates, allowing him to slink through to finish off the round.
Pretty surprised that they aren't ready for that, Sashi, because they've been so good, especially on Nuke, at being prepared for players to come through the back lines. And yes, it was a really good lurk timer, but if you think about it, the fact that the player in Cabby was hunted in top middle, and they sprinted all the way up mid to find him, that's why Sashi reacts so quick over towards A, because they're expecting the rotation to come in through connector, but surely you have to consider that one player is going to come through the back lines in towards ramp. Maybe it is just the speed of it, but it's only because they were so good on map 1 at being prepared for the back lines, and that felt like the most obvious one of the lot. But Naf will take that all day long. Just said he wasn't stepping up to it and having the same form as he did on Nuke. He certainly elevates himself here. Liquid double the scoreline of Sashi, and they look to send this to a third quite quickly.
Fine margins in it, though. That round comes down to a clutch. Even the pistol was a 2v2 for a moment. It's Liquid that are looking a lot more like Sashi did on that first map, where the response is great. It always feels like there's another player ready to swing, to push, support. even that fight in the last round that was taking place towards jungle and stairs, sure that they lose the first engagement, so the trade sort of don't favor them, but they had the bodies there to support each other and to support Shuei. A really good response to the situations, reading the game exceptionally. Inferno should be an interesting one. Sashi had some up and down runs on that. For Liquid, very similar to Mirage. There's one recent win that was in Dallas against FaZe. Another map that they've had some struggles on in the last couple of events. Was historically pretty good for them. So I think if they can exit Mirage with a dominant scoreline, they'll be feeling very good into the final map.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think for Liquid, all it takes maybe is just like a couple of wins. Even if it comes through map wins, they just need to sort of get the engine wearing. They need to remember what it feels like to win. Especially, I feel like, especially in games where they feel like they're the favourites, I feel like they struggle more. Whereas when they're underdogs, the pressure's off a little bit, and they do punch up a little bit better against some of the top dogs. But these, especially with how the VRS is working, the fact that there's only one spot here at Pro League, you take a look at all the teams that are expected to play in this tournament, you have Liquid very high up on that list, and you'd expect them to qualify all day long. So anything else, I think, certainly would be a disappointment for this squad. So it's nice to see them respond immediately after the way Nuke went. I've got some score updates as well I can provide, because OG have equalized against Iberian Soul. That second map went 13-4 in favor of OG after Iberian Soul quickly dispatched it of OG on map 1. TNL and 9 need a third map after that goes to overtime and 9's able to edge it out. And Namiga are taking on Mix. Obviously Mix is Juan Flatro, Rigon, Synopsy, Acor and Volt. And they've currently won the first map against Namiga, and they are down 8-7 on the second.
Yeah, so a few upsets kind of presenting themselves. As is the nature of online Counter-Strike. I think obviously that mix beating Namiga would be, I suppose, an upset. Although, you know, again, this is Namiga without Zwei, right? Obviously, he's moved on towards Team Spirit. So that's a big player to lose on that team. So a mix, a good opportunity to provide that upset. The Iberian Soul win on that one is crazy, by the way. 13-2 over OG on Inferno. I'm not sure how that's happened. I don't also like that Iberian Soul is playing with Smooya.
Yeah. Inferno is just not a good map for OG. It hasn't been for quite a while.
Cannot get the English out of Spain, can you?
13-2 is egregious.
It really is. I mean, OG as well with a roster change. We're really seeing a lot of teams making moves over the season.
I'm surprised, actually, about that roster change. Like, Adam B's a great player, don't get me wrong, but Buzz was one of the most consistent pieces for OG. So... yeah,
he had a bit of struggles at the major. I don't know, maybe they just felt like they needed something to take it to the next level after they did, I guess, surprise at the major. But,
yeah.
Yeah, Iberian Soul using Stododo. I imagine Smooya is not a permanent replacement to that team.
No, they were playing with Fuzi in the Exort tournament as well the other day.
Yeah, they won that, right?
Yes, yeah.
Obviously, later on, we've got Paravision Ents. Again, rosters with plenty of moves. You're pretty excited for Paravision, I know.
Yeah, Paravision got a really fun team because they're so new in terms of the riflers that are on that team, and then you've got Jame, who again is in-game leading, so that'll be interesting. Kicker got benched, but to be honest with you, that was probably a long time coming. Or it was going to be Jame taking over in-game leading and Kickit remained on the roster, because Kickit Bull was not good, to be honest. So it's cool to see Jame there, and obviously you've got the additions of Exelio, who is unbelievably talented, and AW, who I've got a lot of stock in. I think he's a very underrated player in Tier 2, Tier 3. I think it's cool that Paravision have picked him up. But it's basically just Jame and the kids. Like, it's
Yeah.
such a young roster now.
Yeah, Belshnock as well. You know, I know he's been kicking about for a minute, but even he's only like 20,
Jame's only
21.
26.
Yeah.
The average age of this team is 21 now.
That'll be an exciting one. After this best of 3, we get back underway, all problems resolved. Got the deco for Sashi. Just begging.
That was a chance.
Yeah, if you find one of these kills that you can then scale off, you got armor on these players, you can maybe scoop up a rifle. Yeah, that's where the threat comes. Naf acknowledges he can't give up his life so easily. Especially with Twistzz in towards ladder, so not in a easily respondable position.
This is nice. At least they're getting a lot of util out here, Sashi, without really doing too much. They fired off a Deagle. It's outside B apartments, so we've seen smokes, mollies. Now go over towards A. Twistzz has a little bit of a peek and gets destroyed.
Oh, no.
And now Cabby finds Nerds. Uh-oh, it's a 5v3.
Now, those rifles aren't easily obtainable, but Lucky has a chance on the Shuey, whose shoulder spots out as he climbs up the ladder.
Oh, now Naf's stuck in between two angles, right? Because both those kills came in towards middle. And it's not going to be a crunch. It's going to be a straight assault through these apartments. Zyphon trying his best to get by undetected. Naf now knows about it. And suddenly all these players are just going to pour out. Naf needs to try and live. And his head gets completely removed.
Oh dear. Well, get decode, I guess.
Because all this util is being cycled on the extremities, and then you've got a player that comes over towards connector, or it was window, I think, in this instance. You think, oh, okay, well, Twistzz is just going to have a little bit of a jiggle. He won't fully commit to the fight, but Sashi were just holding for it. Sashi was so patient in this round because they were looking for both aggression out of Liquid and then re-swings out of Liquid when it comes to the middle of the map. Lucky, in fact, everyone has just hit incredible deagles. Ultimate needs to live with his AWP, and because you didn't really have an investment into this round, you can just go and hunt it.
Oh, they will. Jump around the corner. Yeah, nicely done. Yeah. In that last moment as well, the reason they go to be there comes off the back that Shui's seen climbing the ladder, because if there was only one player in A, they would not climb up to that position. Like, you think about where the op can be, right? You're in the 5-on-3. You know that Naf plays on B. You killed a player short, and you've spotted Shui in towards like the balcony. The AWP has to be floating somewhere around jungle, ticket, window, not going to be anywhere near B.
Also, after the initial kills coming through middle, there's not an immediate response out of Ultimate. Like, you don't hear the AWP sound off in towards connector. Also, when you see Zyphon take the initial peek over towards B apartments, it is literally just Naf jump spotting. There isn't an AWP there, so a lot of context clues being given over by Liquid. Look at what that has done, by the way. 1 Deagle round, and that has completely ruined the money. Ultimate and Twistzz are both on scouts. This time it's Liquid's turn to enforce the Deagles. But they're all in here. They lose this. It's a 2-round game. And Sashi are going to be in control. It's actually really relevant that Team Liquid at least do significant damage here, or maybe even steal this back. But Patty is being so disciplined. Lucky now walks over. Someone's now got to consider Palace. Someone has to look at Palace.
Happy, bro. Okay, well, that, I guess, does the trick.
Yeah, that works. None of the scouts are on A.
And pistols falling. So saving these weapons you forced in, which is a Deagle and 2 scouts, is going to be the name of the game. At least you have some sort of chance into the next. It's been a tale of T sides from these teams. Sashi obviously starting on the back foot into the second half, allowing Liquid to establish a very solid lead.
It's even more impressive that they're doing all of this just in an internet cafe.
yeah. I mean, we assume that's the situation, right?
Yeah, they are. They spoke about it. They are there. That is confirmed. So a TNL, and they're playing their game against 9 right now.
Well, it's better than some of these teams will probably have. You imagine quite a few are probably all spread out, just playing online CS. Not Liquid, obviously, but many of them will be at their homes. Right, so Sashi have another simple round ahead. 2 scouts and Deagle, so a slightly weaker buy than the one previous. And so it makes sense when you know you're not up against the best weaponry. Take this middle space, which they get easily. Could have lent heavily towards B. Looks like Nertz is boosted up onto the box. Good way to utilize the USB, potentially catch someone off guard.
Just no info. There's just no info here at all, to be honest, for both teams, but Sashi will feel more comfortable. I don't even want to say it gets dangerous if they go B. It gets dangerous if they go B and the time is low. Time might be the biggest burden here because Liquid are not giving Sashi anything right now. They're probing. They're really hunting for some form of contact. It hasn't come in. They've just now re-cleared underpass. They are going to go towards connector. This is the correct call.
Yeah, probably the easiest site to break into. You never want to walk into the B stack. There's a lot of really uncomfortable angles for the close range weapons. They're taking their time with it, which would be a problem if this was an A stack, but it's just Twistzz here. With a scout. Tag off, but without armor, he's easily spammed through the box. That 8th looking to be confirmed. No reason for Liquid not to try and do damage here. Maybe get themselves an AK to take into the next round. Zyphon's toes spammed out as he tries to jump away. Sure, to try and scoop up that AK. That would be a great prize to take. Managed to get it. Paddy's safeguarding, at least for a second, but Shuei will find that timing to run through, so... Something to take away from this round at the very least. Some armor on Nath too is a nice prize. Some things you don't need to invest into the next round.
And 2 players die.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
look, they got loads of money, right? But if the point of the round was to do economic damage, which it absolutely was, then I guess you succeeded. 1 player lives, and that's it. Second time out being called now for Liquid, it starts to get a little bit uncomfortable. They were so good on the T side. They got both pistols in this map, remember? But the gun rounds, especially in this second half, have just always been going in favor of Sashi. And of course, that low buy, that Deagle round, it has really flipped the script and rubbed salt in the wound. Considering how cutthroat this stage is to qualify through to Pro League, especially stage 1 where it's single elim, you can't lose this if you're Liquid. Going out in stage 1 would be... Oh, I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, it's not the nicest way to start your season, is it? At least around, stage 2 is double elimination, so you've got a few more chances.
Got to get there first.
Yeah, highest C too. It's actually on the VRS rankings at the moment after a rough couple of months. No, it's just found the opener. That's lucky remove too, so that's a massive find. Contact up. Ultimate gets the tag off with his scout. Tabby starts to scale out and whiffs the spray. Twistzz punishes. He finally finds a kill back, but the HP on 2 of these players dwindling. There's already this push from Nertz. He's gotten aggressive towards top mid. Now Zyphon is holding for this. If Siphon wins this fight... Oh, this angle from Nerds, though. Siphon going to go up over and clear this. There's just no way. There's no way at all. So, Nerds will win the round. With that, you imagine, even though there is that trade, the HP is so low.
This is fun, though. They're going to try and get the bomb to go back over towards A. Patty's going to try and take this time in, but Shui is in the best spot. Oh, never mind.
Oh, that was the chance.
That's a low HP, though. That betrays Patty. So Shui's able to grab that kill. And now you've seen the guy lurk out of Palace. You start to think, it's probably going to be this A play. Becky will retrace the footsteps of Patty. But given where the time is, given how far advanced NAF's pushed in towards B, this will be Liquid's 11th.
We'll confirm it. Even when he's running away, it still looks back just in case and just about deals with Becky. There's that damage done earlier, as you mentioned. Tag from Ultimate. Had the scout into that round, kept over from previous. Upgrades to the AWP. And yeah, I think that was just a nice little spam from Nert through the top smoke.
It's just nice to see him getting aggressive. It's nice that Liquid have, I think, got that flexibility to allow Nerds to go hunting. Same with Ultimate. Twistzz is in flow state, especially in this map, so he can be a reliable piece to depend upon. Say if that Nerds fight goes differently, but there's supportive utility. This map feels there's a lot more of like a togetherness for Team Liquid than there was on Nuke. Communication definitely a lot more free-flowing. Of course, Sashi will rebuy into this, but no AWP. Lucky's had to forego that to drop over an AK.
Yeah, I think he would have had the option to get it, but I think they want to have enough money for the next round. Given that they know that if they lose this one, they will have to buy into the next. Sure, he might have spotted something there. Nerds this time is punished as Zyphen pulls his trick against him through the smoke. And Shui, what? Just spams one out. Twistzz has found a kill too, and Ultimate jumped upon by Cabby. Shui's still low. Quick response out of the Palace has given Sashi a way into this, but Becky with the bomb is in an uncomfortable position, gets that first kill, it's on to Naf, and he can't get past Becky. 20 frags as Sashi, after losing the fights in mid, back and forth, they burst through A and catch them off guard.
Yeah, really good timing in there, and it all is predicated off that contact from Nerds. So as soon as they're able to get the kill on Nerds, notice how the top mid players immediately fall back. They know the reaction will come in through connector, and immediately 2 players out ramp, 1 out Palace swing, and they're just able to garner these trades. It's really nice to see new Danish talent coming through. It feels like it's actually been a while since we've had a Danish prospect. Becky, certainly one of them. 20 kills in this map, continuous multi-kills. And whilst it is a little bit touch and go that he's got the package, he's able to deliver the goods for Sashi in round 20. That hurts financially for Liquid. An A stack because it's been so consistent here for Sashi. Maybe Liquid can steal one of these away.
Couldn't do it with the slightly better buy. This one got Nertz's 5-7. Liquids, their economy has not been great for the tail end of this half, which has allowed Sashi to get these rounds going and likely bring us within 1. Don't want to stumble. Keep spotting out players and finding another multi. This one is just against the eco. Still adds to the tally. No one goes down, so great for Sashi. They'll have investments in essentially every round fourth. So, Liquid, this is their moment to step up.
They've also just invested this AWP. Twistzz has now dropped it to Ultimate. Haven't really seen Ultimate go for many of these openings. He's actually been playing trademark South American Counter-Strike all the way back in like 2023, early 2024, where the AWP has been starting over towards Ticket more often than not. He's been deployed as more of a turret. Here, he's got all the responsibility. Liquid look to take this fight in towards middle, so this AWP's got all of A.
All the spam there just to make it seem like someone isn't getting aggressive, but Shui is, and Zyphon had a chance there on the spray, but he's the one that gets caught, and now the split comes through. Becky again, but can't convert that spray. So much damage done, but not the kill found. Cabby again catching out ultimate though. This lurk through Palace has been finding a space for Sashi time and time again. And Nertz feels like he can't extend. Cabby hasn't moved. Naf is in CT, moving with that AWP very slowly. Secondary one for him. Is that peek coming from Nertz? He's been on this ladder for so long.
Yeah. Oh, the molly goes too deep. Uh-oh. Molly's gone too deep. Yeah, like he's got no idea. That's so free for Nertz. This should be the 12th unless Cabby can craft something. Wants to start to walk on the position, but Naf's now holding this cross. And Team Liquid will lock in map point.
Yeah, they should have realized that Molly wasn't doing the trick, and I'm not sure why there's that disengage from Cabby. He falls back to ramp where there's just no ability to support his teammate from any angle that gets swung.
Yeah, it's tough. You feel like because the smokes come over Con, they dropped some molly initially in towards jungle, and then the swing didn't come in from stairs. Oh, he's not here. Maybe we've got this timing. And if you can plant open enough, maybe there's also that possibility to go all the way around the world with your after plants. They were just trying to get set up. It didn't work. Nertz played it beautifully. Now Ultimate on the line to punish once more.
Yeah, ready for this swing, isn't he? It's very wide though, so a chance for a trade. Oh, he's actually going to get aggressive. Good timing, like on this. Not great, but he hits the leg shot. So equal damage exchanged essentially. Rifle can't finish the job either.
Oh, what a nade.
2 nades have hit Paddy this round. He split the play. Naf secondary AWP. They know that's in play. At least they should be somewhat aware of it, because he did get that final kill last round.
This is nice. This is good from Liquid. We're not really seeing this. It's double extremity push. They're going to walk on the fade. Shu will leave Nertz to his own devices, and that frees up the riflers to move over towards B or middle.
Naf will be revealing this AWP shortly. Ultimate with his. Low and removed. Paddy finishes Cabby's job. Now in towards this B site. Naf completely alone. A lot of angles to deal with. Scopes off as they come round, but comes back for the kill onto Cabby. He's the one with the highlight reel with the AWP as he takes down 3. Might even find the 4th. He sure does. Naf locks it in for Liquid. 13-10 on their map pick.
Yeah, shout out Naf, because it really felt like that was falling apart for Team Liquid. I'm really surprised the fact that Shui doesn't leave Nertz in that scenario. But no, instead, Ultimate's the one that gets caught out towards who as well. And then our game yet to kick off on our 3rd map, but we're expecting it very shortly.
Yeah. So every game going the distance. Shows the level of competition that we've got here in Europe, and just shows that any team can really push. I think, you know, we had 2 games that were forfeit wins as well. So, but every game that's actually played has been a 3-mapper. And still a whole nother slew of best of 3s after this. Plenty of action coming your way. You get underway. Get on Inferno. So I found everyone out. Abby. Nana, and the deep smoke helps them out. Now we'll spam one back, so a lucky return. I think the smoke down is now going to allow the CTs to focus more players over at A. Cabby just takes a shot down. Surely done for. Surely the swing comes. There is this flank coming through. But Patty out from the long side will remove Twistzz before the flank is necessary. Zyphon gushed. This is now very chaotic. The bomb is going to move back to B. Zyphon just completely disengages. Feels like this hinges on what Naf can uncover, but lucky. As long as he doesn't drop and give that sound cue. Got all bases covered. Like if you're ultimate, you just see Naf can do something, but he's actually going to start firing off, and with the utility going down, it causes Lucky to rotate. But unfortunately for Naf, can't get that kill, and so ultimate, sure, did the job of distracting Lucky, but there's no capitalization on it. Shot. Shame that was a low HP player. This onto the head. That's going to allow the bomb to go down at the very least, and a chance in this 1v2. Paddy's nearby. Spotted out. Just wait for his teammate. He needs to wait for the swing, and Lucky delivers it after the gush. You can see that coming together for ultimate, but ultimately it is denied.
Yeah, that's a shame because look, you can actually see the NAF fight going the other way as well, but Lucky the hero in both instances. And Ultimate was always looking to drop the U2 and then run back towards A, but the NAF gets caught off guard. Okay, right, we have to commit in towards B now. Right idea, unfortunately for Ultimate, he couldn't grab it. Finally, Sashi are going to win a pistol. They couldn't get one on Mirage. They grabbed one immediately on Inferno. Force back for Team Liquid, of course, since they brought that down to just 2 players. They planted the bomb. We also got Lurks on Lurks. That was a very frustrating round to be a part of for all parties involved, because you're being backstabbed wherever you go. Utility is going to be the name of the game for Sashi. Very much like it was in the pistol, it's effective down Banana.
Yeah, bomb plan allowing the force buy. Oh, Paddy, careful. Again. Player's getting hounded. NAF is stuck. Oh, and that smoke is just not going to do the job. That is unfortunate, to say the least. And now you can rotate the third player over. You got a boost up as well. Good little headshot. This should just bait them in. And, oh, under. Hello, running through. Nerds is in the back lines, and Zyphon has to disengage. Lucky gets one on the site. Still the advantage for Sashi. The bomb down. Twistzz and Ultimate in the clutch.
Yeah, this is winnable. I like the fact that Ultimate's already repositioned just as the smoke's fading. And CT Twistzz doesn't really get the same luxury. Gets caught in transition. And now Ultimate, I love the fact that he goes forward, but he gets caught off guard. And Twistzz, the spray is good. But unfortunately, there's just too many players for him to contend with. Sashi will upgrade all of their weaponry, and they'll defuse the bomb. But once again, you can see that coming together. And what's good here is even though Liquid are losing these rounds, firstly, they're close. Secondly, you can see the ideas. Everything feels a lot more structured.
Honestly, if Twistzz hadn't been tagged on that cross to oranges, he converts that spray and gets to that. He was already low HP and he almost removes both. Yeah, and they were also all brought down, like 3 of them brought down to like half HP before they even kind of went for the play. Again, bomb plant. Again, damage. So again, an investment. And again, nades. Some decent damage.
They want to stay away from Banana. Smoke comes into top middle at a good time, but Twistzz is just going to be getting right up close. Is there going to be a flashbang? Yeah, see Shuei's lining one up. Lucky on the jiggle. Will dodge. Hands busy with incendiaries, and the swing from Twistzz is good, but Lucky's there to trade, and Lucky finds all 3. Immaculate work from the rifler. Will even set up his teammate with a flash in towards short. Has got that support in from Library. There should be no way in here for Liquid.
Yeah, Becky's got that cross. Now that's the line if Lucky swings into it, and Lucky's happy to swing into it. Ah, Lucky with the ace. The second of this series, but this one against guns. Counts for a little bit more. The fine form we saw on Nuke continues into Inferno. Lucky, indomitable, as he sets off with an 8-1 start, and Sashi 3-0.
I can't believe that, because Twistzz hits the hard shot. Twistzz hits the ridiculous one-tap over towards the player by Moto. And then Lucky, very much like he did on Nuke in that first match, just holds his spray. He just continues left click, just in case there's going to be these players looking to trade. That is a ridiculous shot from Ultimate. Can they get the gun?
Oh, nade stack they did was fun too. Got 2-2 split, so Liquid only have armor and 2 players. They haven't picked up that gun. They definitely have a chance here.
Oh, this feels the most uncomfortable round out of Sashi so far, and it's against Deeks.
Okay, this
at least the crossfire
okay.
will be. Yeah, crossfire's fine.
And Naf's not getting active. He's going to play late, so crossfire. It is working out. It looked for a second like maybe the overwhelm was going to come in onto Becky. Does eventually go down, but stays alive long enough. Get success. Rifle picked up by Naf. He doesn't have the armor. Ultimate does, but he's low, so he'll plant the bomb. Securing that at the very least. Liquid have been consistent in getting that down. 3 out of 4 rounds. Kits on 2 players. 1 incendiary, so they can clear out pit as they move up from short. You know that's not a threat, and this is the chance. Ultimate hits that shot. Moves back around and it's onto Naf. Recovered AK, full HP, no armor. And he would have needed it. Headshot comes through. Cabby swings. Considering that was just some deagles into that. Only armor on a couple. Liquid bring that down to 1 player standing. So good damage, but Sashi's round nonetheless.
Yeah, and look, you got to talk about, firstly, timing. Good from Sashi to actually be able to support Becky over towards short. Cabby moves over it in a good position. But considering Liquid make the most out of that, considering they are able to make Naf's lurk work, they're able to get the bomb planted. The fact that Ultimate's able to get Zyphon, it feels like Zyphon was given about half a second to react before Ultimate just rips his head off. 4-0. Again, another advanced fight here in towards B. Oh, just the utility is just so oppressive, but Nerds, he'll deliver the kill. Both him and Shui are so ridiculously low. It is tantalizing to go back in for this swing. And potentially, Zyphon will be offered it up.
Leo top in the smoke has that space. I don't know how Nerds is just able to stand there. It felt like he was going to burn out, and he did burn low. They want to give this a go. A double setup. Zyphon spots this. Yeah, Nerds on that jiggle. Give his life over. Flames go to the right side. They really want to fight this. Oh, stuck on each other, but Zyphon still swings. Shui, low HP. And it's Ultimate's turn to have a shot at it. Can he take down both? No, that was the chance. That's the bomb given over. Not out of the woods yet, though, as the nade will remove 1. Naf has a chance. And Twistzz in the 1v1. 2 single fights going forth, and Naf wins here. The bomb can be moved back over to A. And Lucky's going to be far too late. He's still sticking his ground on B, clearing top banana where all the bodies litter the floor. Twistzz does slow down. Lucky's position was never known, so this time will give him something to work with. Still a very unlikely clutch. Picks up the AK.
You've heard him now. He just shot bottom banana.
I don't know. They don't feel... I don't think they know. They were still moving super slow. He's got full util. Everything you could need to pull this off. Naf in the pit. HE would undo him completely. It's going to be the smoke to split up these positions. Incendiary, in fact, on towards the Cold Zero box. And it's the HE back the other way. Head spotted. Lucky had the chance of it. Twistzz is repositioned. Nate goes forward. Doesn't quite do the damage. It almost takes him down. But somehow these Liquid players staying alive. And Lucky gets lost in it. Brilliantly navigated by Twistzz and Naf to bring that one back.
I'm really surprised that I think the player over at short, as soon as he got caught off guard, I think it was Becky underneath porch. I love the way that Naf plays it because he just charges at him. He just knows that in that position, Sashi are going to be playing really passive. They don't want to give over a fight whatsoever. Naf feels like he's got the opportunity to just remove him. I love the way they play that in the 2v2. Yes, a lead with utility. Naf gets close just for a moment. He catches the attention of Lucky for half a second, disengages. That's the important point. He disengages, and that gives the flexibility for Twistzz to group over with him. So they're always together at that point. It was nearly separated fights, but it wasn't to be in the end. Liquid finally will break through and stick the landing on one of these rounds in the first half. And given how expensive some of these rounds have become, Sashi have been relegated to a few MP9s. There's a 5-7 in the mix, and the guys that have got the A1Ss have got one smoke between the two of them.
Yeah, it's not the best for a map like Inferno, is it? You kind of want all of that util. No incendiaries on Inferno. Sashi's economy is burnt out, so they want to get aggressive. Cabby just moving with pace. Moving with purpose. The flashbang comes to at the perfect time. Back's turned. And at the same time, Paddy pushes. They collapse onto Liquid. The lesser weaponry, the lack of util, normally a burden, they use it to set up their round. And Naf and Nerds need to put this back together. Sashi do not rest on the advantage. They continue to poke and prod, to push, to clear. Finding nothing in second mid. Bomb on Naf's back. And he might just get caught out here. Or he's the one that catches. This timing looked good for him, but lucky. Just about adjust. Naf didn't get the instant kill, and Nerds will just swing to his demise. A brilliant little round to call for Sashi.
It's all the timing on the flashbang, because I think Twistzz might have heard one footstep, bang, he's just instantly blind, and you can't see or hear anything. One player's lining up utility for Team Liquid. Communication breakdown, but also just the sheer volume of nades being dumped into Banana, and that's always been a consistent feature piece for Sashi's defense. But now this mixed flare, we've seen a push in towards apartments a few rounds, we've never seen them directly go down middle. And it's Cabby, a player you don't normally associate with such aggression. 3 players this time starting very strong over towards B for Sashi. And Team Liquid, they've got one more buy. And then maybe it's bye-bye. They need to grab this one.
Good space in towards the apartments. He's playing a passive line with Lucky in short itself. 4 players over towards A. Zyphin all alone with an MP9, all he has. Doesn't have util.
They're running at him.
Naf, tucked in, swings out, no one clears boiler. At least some kills will come back, keeping a 3-on-3, but Zyphin, surely he is in trouble here. It's gonna be hard cleared, he swings out, he gets the frag, and the flashbang comes over. Runs out of bullets though, it was brilliant, and with the USP, he gets it done. Zyphin's all alone.
What?
And so is Shuey. Smoke recovered, Tabby's low, plant front sight. Incendiary won't quite spread to him. And found a frag until this round, and now he needs all the remaining kills. We'll get one more as Cabby walks in, ready for that second swing, but can't quite get it. It's Paddy that comes through. And despite Assault Defender on B, the flashbangs are perfect.
They just didn't have the util. They just didn't have the incendiary to flush him out. And then you see the first one. And what's really cool about this is that Zyphin is obviously his timing on the flashbang. Sashi know this. So he wide swings first. He draws all the attention out. And the flashbang goes so high, it rebounds off the backboard. And it's a slam dunk. And it's the fact that it's double layered as well. He's able to swap to a USP of all weapons and get rid of ultimate. And I love even the incendiary that Sashi put in towards oranges. They just restrict Shuei's options. Brutal. Really brutal. Another bomb plant. This has got to be, what, 5 or 6 bomb plants in one half alone for Team Liquid, and they're not able to convert off the back of it. Sashi are running away with this first half. And this time they've elected to, once again, initially have 3 players over towards the B bomb site, but not drop all their utility. They're keeping it, and Liquid are taking the space off the back of it.
Liquid getting the bomb down and doing so much damage just means they just keep investing, keep investing. Every round has bite to it. I really thought Naf's multi from Boiler was enough in that last round.
Oh.
Great nade. Again, Zyphin's completely alone. He's been given nades, so he can keep throwing them. Hasn't been seen just yet, and now he'll let them know it's here. Paddy moves over. Flashbangs again, just to get info, to clear space. It's going to be this B commit. Third player will rotate.
Oh, it's just ridiculous.
Nurse doesn't see a player this round. Managed to cross as the spam. There's a pause in it. Paddy has to reload. Bomb not down. 30 seconds. He smokes. Not a lot left in him. And the spam comes through to deny the bomb. This is brutal. I don't think Liquid has seen a player. I don't know if they will.
No, they won't. Think about the way that round is formulated, though. But because of all the block utility that was saved, Team Liquid think they've got the space. Naf wants to run it back because of how successful he's been, and he's a lot more forward-facing. He doesn't go through boiler. He instead goes through top middle. He smokes off short. He smokes off long, but he doesn't flash short. He just wide swings it, and Lucky just takes the kill. Zyphon at that point has then dropped all his nades because Liquid have alluded to the fact that they're taking top banana space after the initial half-wall nades have been dropped by Sashi with a flash. So he's just consistently chaining his utility, as you mentioned, re-smoking towards CT, re-smoking towards CT. Patty's even flashed, not for Zyphon to peek, but for him to reposition. And yet again, he's repositioned with more util. That was such a cutthroat way to defend the B bomb site. And Liquid, they eventually get all the space, and they can't believe their luck. But unfortunately, it's not good luck, because immediately, they just lose players. 7-1. Sashi are 6 rounds away from continuing their journey in ESL Pro League and knocking Liquid out at the earliest opportunity.
Dominant first half, much like on Nuke. Liquid struggling to find answers on the T side, which on Inferno is normally being one of the stronger halves of Counter-Strike in CS2. Sashi in fine form. And test Lucky's AWP again. Are you feeling lucky?
They will walk into him. Is there going to be another flash?
Timing.
Oh, this timing.
Oh,
he's got to go down and drop off his position.
I hate this.
This is
It's all
awkward.
swing.
Oh, Lucky. All right. And now Cabby comes in towards top mid as well. Lucky's just hitting every single shot. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Becky falls off the position because Lucky does not miss a beat. And now Nertz, heart's beating out of his chest. He can't even grab one. 8-1 for Sashi. This CT side is unbreakable.
Even when the timings are terrible, Liquid can't pounce upon it. To be fair, that was just the Tech 9s, but still, they had the perfect moment to strike. Lucky on site with the AWP. Some difficult shots for him. Still finds everyone. The smoke goes down just in time as well. The assist for those players coming out the apps. Liquid so close to breaking through so many times. Sashi, in every swing round, steps up. This time it's ultimate. Takes out the AWPer. Shot in the leg for his troubles. So a big name to remove early.
Didn't remove the AWP though. You see, Becky's picked that up immediately. Now he's the only one that has got the sole responsibility of this A bomb site. And there's so many angles to try and manage. Flashbang's good, but Patty never reveals himself. Break on the smoke for Zyphon. Nertz nearly has that chance. But all eyes on this AWPer and Becky. Because Team Liquid are alluded to the fact that they want to go A. Swing down banana is good for at least one. And then Becky swings into Twistzz. He's holding the line. The rotates need to come in now.
Well, do they? Becky's hitting all the shots anyway. After his Mirage, he's still feeling hot to go. Ultimate was ready for that. But is he ready for Cabby? There's no way. Knives out. Goodbye. Oh, no,
What?
Cabby.
No.
What have you done that for? Oh, my God.
How on earth have you messed that up?
What? Oh, there's no way. He wanted to get two, but
Get one.
oh.
How,
All right,
how
Becky,
can Becky
hold up.
recover this? The rifles are all in banana. He's got an AWP.
Oh, the shot down, that was the chance, and he's been brought low. Oh my God. Cabby. Buddy. Oh. Yikes.
Oh, that's a way back in for Liquid.
I
After
mean,
Becky does such a good job, such a good job on A,
He sees
Cabby
the bomb
gives him a
run
little
past.
pat on the back.
He sees the bomb run past. And so he thinks they're running to B. I need to get both here because if I don't get one and get traded out, it's a one-on-one. Becky's on A, out of position.
That's fine, but when Ultimate turns around, just shoot him.
I know, he doesn't shoot. Felt like Ultimate was just like, what? Well, it happened.
It did. And now, Sashi got an opening kill. He never expects an AWP that aggressive in towards the apartments, but Naf walked straight into it. Lucky's warm embrace of the AWP. He remains on the balcony. And this time, Cabby is over at long, so there is all bases covered right now.
I'm trying to get this space net, so I was playing around the edge of that smoke, but pre-fired. Nade timing is brilliant. Everything going right for Sashi, except for that last round.
Bit of redemption there with the nade damage. They will come and challenge him at long, maybe.
Gonna fall back. Double setup towards short and outs. Sashi have everything in play. Oh, counter smoke timing is brilliant. Nade again, Twistzz brought down to 11 HP before he even gets a fight. And it's easy for Becky to spray down too. All that damage done by Cabby. So 9-2 should be 10-1.
Yeah,
but 9-2 still feels good.
9-2's still good. Yeah, 9-2's really good. Like, it's got the capacity to be 10. Lucky's not even AWPing, he's just kept an AK. He expects there to be financial troubles, and there certainly is for Team Liquid. A couple of MAC-10s here, something a little bit pacier, doesn't really want to get caught off guard with this AWP. We've already commented previously how good his rifling is. Spam through the smoke for Nerds. He's been a noticeable absentee here for Team Liquid on Inferno. Same too with Shuey. Feels like a complete role reversal. Everyone from Sashi has stepped up. Some of the Liquid players are called off.
An apps pop to try and end it right here. 4 players present on the site. No one in towards pit. Zyphon just falls behind, so the scaling through. He'll swing off it. Ultimate has offered up something. And Zyphon's low. Zyphon needs help, and he's not getting it. But Lucky's flank. This could be the killing moment. Only gets the one. It slows down this bomb being planted. The jump up from Shuey. That's a crazy angle. So it might just be that third. Paddy reveals his position. The spam doesn't connect. Shuey moves up onto Graveyard. Paddy has to run around. That's the kid. Twistzz. Definitely hurt on that crossover, so Paddy can start to put this together. Where is Shuey at? Last spotted. Yeah, in towards the pit and misses his chance. Oh, the spam. This begins to creep forward. He's ahead of this, so this should all be fine. Paddy taps the bomb. Twistzz walks around to the left, and Paddy, unless he gets his kill instantly, there's no chance. It's going to be Twistzz, but it's only 3 for Liquid as they stand to be eliminated from this qualifier.
I think you can feel it, that this is a magical moment, and not every moment can be precious like this. So come on, here's something you don't want to miss.
Lately, I feel I can't find my feet. Pushing closer, my heart skips a beat, and now I'm falling. Deeper than a fly, I can't control it. Dark against the sky, it's not so black and white. It's like I told him. There's things that I can't fight. I just keep going. I just keep going. In my time, I've been dreaming of a space to really fill my place. I wish he'd seen what I had dreamed. Before these darker days, I thought I found my way. Quickly it fades, losing the race, closing the page. In and out, I move myself again. Time moves fast, I feel my heart beating.
Liquid have got a mountain to climb. They got 3 rounds total here on the T side of Inferno.
What are they up to?
Waiting
Just waiting to see what the response
figure out
is.
where to go. Yeah.
Yeah, they peaked each extremity, and then they got everyone just waiting in spawn to respond.
They're still waiting. This is... it's kind of based, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, I quite like it.
Alright, sure he's got flashes.
There's 4B.
Okay, well, everything here that they need, flashes ready for the swing. Everything is set up for Team Liquid success. Have to be good flashes. And they are straight through, but Twistzz deleted. And Becky, he's removed 2 of these stacked players. Nerds right in the back lines trying to hold on, but it's Shui that actually offers up the frags, but is it too late? The 4th player active on B is the first to get kills. Ultimate seeing 1 and 2nd oranges. Now he's known, and with so many players, surely they can just swing in tandem, and off each other they do. It was an interesting approach from Team Liquid, and it looked like it was all going to come together. Everything was set up for success. The flash even hit the mark. But Becky hits a little harder.
Yeah, that was cool. Like, I rate, again, like, I actually think some of Liquid's ideas throughout this best of 3 has been pretty good. I just think the Sashi have just been playing CS a lot more consistently. Obviously, they've been competing at LAN. They're still together as 5 right now, off the back of that. But 10-3, again, it is still a ridiculous scoreline. It's about to get worse. It is about to be 11. As this was a full eco out of Team Liquid. Naf, the only player now left standing. And he can't even find a kill. It's flawless from Sashi. It's only been faultless on the server as well. This could all be done by round 17.
Yeah, it feels like Liquid just been nullified. Like, only saving grace offered up by Ultimate. This would be even worse if he hadn't got that kill on Cabby, who let the round slip. Flashboard is good for Twistzz, but can't get the kill, and he's burning, he's being chased, and Cabby gets the kill. But Naf steps in from short side, hyper-focused on long. He's the one that steps in and, well, split upon. The pace is here, the bomb is long, that is the big problem. Lucky's still alive, still present. Still a chance. Nerds spotted out, removed. Lucky trying to pick them apart, pick them to pieces. Becky slides in. Lucky moves up to take a look through second mid, and Becky removed, but you know Lucky's the one that got the kills. And up from above, can't deal with Shui's swing. Nice try from Lucky to try and recover, but it's Nath again stepping up when needed.
Still expensive, and that was still the bonus for for Sashi so that they can just keep investing here. In fact, everyone's going to be on an AK. You're right. Good multi-kill. I like the fact that Ultimate disengages through that smoke. He nearly got caught off guard. In fact, it was Nertz that the one that was caught in close long. And good presence of mind as well. As soon as you look at the kill feed, you identify that Lucky isn't there. Where is he? He's either got to be close, but Ultimate didn't see him. Therefore, he's trying to get a little bit tricky with it. So good presence of mind from Shuey. A jumping towards second mid. Nets no info for Naf. Now, Twistzz again looking to push and probe the issue over towards top middle.
Forward and into the nade, but Shuey still gets the kill. So really, an over-deliverance from that position. A swing out, Nets in the open. Deals with Lucky. Paddy looks to accelerate. They don't want to slow down. That's going to be the end for them, maybe. Cabby gets one back. The bomb has been dropped forward. That's the big issue here. So Cabby still needs to commit on this. Becky is so far away on that A lurk. Can Cabby pick this up? He can get the bomb. There's a lot of options here. He has managed to pick it up. Oh, cheeky little pre-fire. Does some damage. Reposition from Naf to long. The timing, it favors Naf. So Liquid at breaking point will hold on.
Important few rounds here, and I think what's been the biggest difference for Team Liquid compared to this first half and the second is how decisive they're being. And I think they're trusting themselves a lot more. They've got the confidence to naturally take the space back. You've got just a really appropriate re-swings and re-clears, even though Shuey is ahead of the molly and he gets dealt with by that nade that is purposely put forward by Sashi. The fact he's able to then get the kill, he gets traded. Ultimate is free-flowing. He's able to immediately rotate from long to B, covers it up. Even if that bomb gets recovered, it's still difficult. Becky thinks he's got a time, and he doesn't. He actually follows. Naf gives Becky a taste of his own medicine, because it was always that fight in that first half, fall in favour towards Sashi. This time it goes a little bit more smoother for Team Liquid. And Eco, a chance for them to gain some momentum.
Yeah, very much needed. Kept 3 alive in the last round too. Good to see Naf in this series. He, again, mentioned going into this map, I feel like the numbers don't tell the tale, I think, in terms of the eye test. He's gotten the kills he's needed to. Now builds up some confidence against the pistols. Another Naf eco ace. No, Ultimate will slide in. Between the two of them, easily dealt with. Formality out of the way.
Yeah, hello. I appreciate what you're saying, but at the same time, eye test or not, they're losing 11-6. So
yeah, just Naf. Just Naf. Yeah, I don't want to extend that across the board.
I think the rest of the pieces.
Yeah, Nertz is really struggling.
It's interesting because all these players, I think, in isolation are very good. It's just they're just not working on this team. But they've given themselves another season to trust the process. So let's see how it goes. Flashbang, good. And yet again, Twistzz gets caught by this molly. He's down to half HP without any reward. There was no favourable trade for him there. It's just all net loss.
Yeah, same sort of way they got that first gun round is through that aggressive
Timing.
Oh, Ultimate. Oh, it's so good. 3 backs turned. Only 1 kill found. Oh, the flash doesn't quite connect. Becky looking to try and punish, and he'll get 1. A lot of info too. 2 players still towards A, locked in. Cabby catches Shuey on that wide swing. And now it's just Nertz. Stuck in banana. Pressured from both sides. Needs to fight his way out, and Cabby dodges the flash. They managed to circumvent. Becky's information is everything. Siphon has a smoke.
Awkward, though. It's still tricky because look, you've got Coffin, sure, but Zyphon's low HP. If he drops this smoke now, as you say, then this would feel good. The Ultimate's already ahead of it.
Yeah. Ultimate can just walk through.
And he's crossed, and no one shot at him from CT.
Paddy's low. Oh, doesn't matter. Little sidestep, and Naf needs to clutch. No one else on the site, so you kind of know what this setup looks like. CT, coffins, kit available, but no one's biting, no one's swinging, and he will get that kill. He just has to stick it, and he's not going to. It's past that 5-second mark. He'll get removed at the end. Everyone goes down, which hurts the T's far more, but they do find series point.
I like the reaction here from Sashi as well. As soon as Ultimate spots these players, Sashi knows that they've got to make a decision. They immediately just go, right, let's accelerate in towards Archers. We'll go in towards CT. We haven't seen anyone immediately look at us from the B bomb site. So either Shuey is playing quite passive in towards Coffins. He's either tucked in the corner at Tree or he's about to give us a swing. He gives them a swing. It feels a little bit unnecessary, but it also feels like Liquid needs to get this advanced info. And then Nertz is stuck between a rock and a hard place because he's in the middle of top banana. He doesn't stand his ground. He instead elects to fight forward. And this is an easy flash dodge for Cabby. And again, it is good fundamentals out of Sashi. 6 chances to close against Team Liquid. 6 chances to eliminate Team Liquid's hopes and dreams of them ever qualifying for ESL Pro League Season 22.
Yep, do or die. Single elimination for the opening stage. The first best of 3 for Team Liquid this season. Starting the way they hoped. Oh, and it's not continuing the way they hoped. Mac 10! A Mac 10 ends this run from Liquid. They go home. A fast final round. Sashi eliminate the favorites of this European qualifier and continue their run into stage 2.
That's salt in the wound. That is salt in the wound as well. Zyphon ends it 19-10. Cabby with a really big resurgence gets 19 kills as well.